Beautiful souls, welcome to another edition of Divine Love Talk, where we talk about all things life, love, and spirit. Today is January 15, T minus 4, right? 5 brings us to 15, brings us to the number 6, right? A number of balance, a number of love, right? Because it's the number of the lovers. We're going to get straight into the general reading and see how much time we have left for the personal readings. As always, subscribers to the live or Patreon get messages on the live. If you're watching this on the YouTube replay, hello, hello, hello. Let us know how you're doing and where you're from. This is how I can lean into your energy and pull for you as well, because right now we're only pulling off the energy of the TikTok folkies. I love you all dearly. Let's tap in and see what today's message is. We're going to get into the chat, so feel free to share any thoughts, feelings, responses you're having as the messages come out. The moderators are on deck to assist us, right? Navigate these messages, as well as to keep this place a safe and sacred space. All dark energies, people with ill will are not welcomed here. So please exit the chat. Thank you. Holy Spirit, what message do you have for the collective on this Wednesday? Ooh. All right. What's the vibe? On this Wednesday, January 15th, we are in the middle of the month. In January, we are at another new year, where this happens to feel like the longest year ever. And it's only been going on for 2 weeks. In that 2 weeks, New York saw that crazy thunderstorm, right? New Year's Eve. A couple of days later, the LA fires, right? And now there's talks about a volcano in New Jersey. Where are my city folks, right? My East Coasters about to kablooey. About to erupt. Like, what? We're only 2 weeks in, right? And not to mention what's going on in different parts of the world and legislation and the TikTok ban. It's just, this has been the busiest 2 weeks of a new year I've ever experienced. How about you? Holy Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective? Ooh. That Two-Face. Now that is something we haven't seen yet. Other messages for the collective. Okay. And thank you. I thank you all for spending this part of your day with Spirit, the Soul Tribe, and myself. I appreciate you guys. Oodles, oodles, and oodles. Smell the roses and Two-Face is crossing thinker. Exchanging gifts by the book Observer. Oh, and co-create. Lots and lots of cards coming out. 5 oracle cards came out, and 2 what's the vibe cards came out. When you are about to hit the finish line, right? As you get closer to manifesting your dreams into your reality, that's when things get the hardest or seem the hardest, right? That's when people will come for you the most. A lot of you are in the energy of still, right? Oh, I know this could work out, but it hasn't been working out. Will it work out? And with everything going on, do I have enough time? You're in a lot of what if energy with this thinker card that's coming out on its side. You want to move into that space, into your knowing, and your guides are encouraging you that regardless of what's going on, regardless of what's happening around you, everything, even the haters and the people who try to swap destinies with you and the people who go out of their way to piss you off, those are all parts of the journey. Some of you are on the precipice of receiving the very thing you're asking for. And this little time in your life, because it's small, you're being tested. So that when you go and tell your testimony on how you overcame, bop, 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 you can help others who are being tested, right? Because you've learned how to separate your real friends from those who have just come to eat the fruit and not take care of the tree. You are going to be able to help those who are in that predicament. In this test, you're going to have a testament. And with that testament, you will be able to walk in your purpose and help others. A lot of you, this two-faced person, this Judas in your circle, is coming to the forefront and making themselves clear. But just like Jesus didn't have to do anything with Judas, you don't have to do anything with anybody who is being that proverbial wolf in sheep's clothing. You will have front seat as to what happens to that person. This is definitely another season where you save your sorrows and your prayers for those who truly deserve them, right? Because some people, the shitstorm that they're going through, they earned every lightning strike and thunderbolt and everything, right? Everything that's being toppled over, they earned every single part of it. Step aside and let karma do its thing, especially over the next 2.5 months, right? Before we hit the spring equinox. Karma is being issued out. Karma is always being issued out, but most especially to these mofos, right? The folks that are presenting themselves as the gentle, calm, peaceful lamb when they are a whole big bad wolf. No need to go get the blicky or set a trap. They are being taken care of as we speak. You, my dear, sit back, smell the roses, start to prepare for everything that you've wished for. Start making room for it in your home. Start making room for it in your heart. Slow down, right? For a lot of us, we're in cold, chilly weather, but trying to get outside as much as possible, right? Try to get as much sunlight as much as possible, right? If you could bathe in the moonbeams with your coat on, of course, as much as possible. I like this for you guys. That cycle of things going on, and you just keep doing the same thing over and over again is coming to an end. With that full moon in Cancer, we talked about it affecting your fourth house, right? Not just the fourth house of home instability, but your fourth house. Did you pull up your natal chart? Did you look at your planner? Go to the page where the natal chart is and look at your fourth house. Write down if you looked at your fourth house during this lunation to see how it would impact you. I'm not judging, right? I just want to know for future reference that you guys are actually making good use of all the helpful information that's in this bad boy, because don't forget, in 2025, we're living our most aligned year yet. Today is Wednesday, right? Wednesday is ruled by Mercury, and you would know that if you were in your planner. But enough about that, right? That's another cycle that's coming to an end. Being unaligned is coming to an end. And look what's coming in. Soulmate relationships. See, on YouTube, we posted a message, right, about people who felt like they were ghosted because there's distance between them and their person, right? And there's that word, ghosted, right? Know that this, everything, every single thing, the good, the bad, the otherwise, right? The good, the bad, the ugly is happening in divine order. So try not to let it ruffle your feathers. Try not to let it bring out the worst in you, right? This is really a moment in time to really smell the roses, sit back, relax, and let the show play out. Don't try to rush to the good part. Don't try to rush to the end. Just sit in the knowing, right? Sit in the knowing with your hand on your chin, right? Relax and know that wish fulfillment. And look at that 44 with the angels. The wish fulfillment is coming in on every single level. Again, for the umpteenth time, you've done everything you needed to do to manifest your dreams into your reality. Yay, you, spirit, your angels, God, the universe is taking care of the rest. Next we have, chop wood, right? But you see the rays of light? In this space, it looks like somebody just got done cleaning. This is confirming that it's time, right? Instead of worrying about the big bad wolf and worrying about doing this and calling in your soulmate and doing that and doing your bippity boppity boo. No. Make sure your space is ready to receive, because this light is coming down, right? To receive every single thing you've been praying for, asking for, hoping for. And if you're stubborn like me, raise your hand, right? We listen and we don't judge. We read and we don't judge. Some of us have had the truth staring in our face, but because we like to make excuses for people, right? We like to make everybody, everybody's good. You like to see on the bright side of things, right? You always see the glass as half full. Yay. But when they show you who that big bad wolf is, take notes and move accordingly. Suffering in silence, unspoken desires, real feelings, broken dreams. This is giving the vibe that everything that has been hidden is coming to the forefront. You know how Monday, Spirit was like, make sure you're seeing things clearly, right? The full moon in Cancer is going to do a lot of illuminating. There's going to be a lot of revelation, going back to things being in your face. When they're in your face, try not to dismiss it, right? Make sure you're seeing the thing for what it is, not what you think it is, not what you hope it is, not what it should be, but exactly what it is, right? Especially that wolf in sheep's clothing. Lastly, we have, flexible into the sea with vacation, right? And as I was pulling this card, this looked like a little crescent moon, right? Between now and eclipse season, right? And if you had your planner, you'll know when eclipse season is, right? In March, right? Because we're having both the lunar, which is a total lunar eclipse, and a partial solar eclipse in March. So on a side note, on Earth, it's going to be a very chaotic time between now and then. And I won't be surprised if that volcano does erupt in New Jersey. The video I reposted about it, there's somebody in the comments who says exactly where that volcano is. It's covered by grass and trees and things of that nature. But it can do damage if it does kablooey, right? If it does erupt. Get out of your rigidity with this flexible card into the sea, right? Get out of your stubbornness. Get out of your own way again, right? Because that message was heavy yesterday, right? Because you're almost there. And some of you will be like, well, I've heard that message all year round that I've always been there, right? I'm almost there, but it never seems to happen. Once you get out and you throw out that notion of it never seems to happen, it's going to happen right in front of your very eyes. That last bit of stubbornness thinking that it's not going to happen, when in fact, they're just waiting for you to get out of your own way. Let's get some parting words from the lovely Kipper deck. Holy Spirit, what other messages? Well, that fell on the floor. What other messages does the collective need to know on this lovely Wednesday? Ooh. Slide that over, right? As y'all see what that says. And with that 26, that's 8, that's karma, right? Bringing you your great fortune, right? Over the soulmate card, which is off camera, fell this one, and this is change. We are all going through huge, massive changes. Gaia, the earth, is going through huge, massive changes. The cosmos, everything is going through this huge renewal cycle, this elevation cycle, this cycle of finally reaching that place of where you wanted to go. But it requires you to have faith. And I knew this card was coming out, right? This 35, and because this card always reminds me of Job 22:28, right? About the light being shown, the light shining down on your path. You're not alone, right? Physically, you might be alone in the space you're at right now, but you have an entire spirit team, especially Big Daddy Michael, for a lot of you, right? Clearing your pathway, doing the heavy lifting so your feet does not stumble upon a stone or fall into a ditch, even the ones laid out for you by your enemies. They will fall into the very ditch they dug for you. And that, my dear, is for someone very, very particular. Carry on into your Psalms. Know that his word, his covenant, will not go unfulfilled. You can choose, because we have this beautiful thing called free will, whether or not to believe or to stay stuck in the, oh, here we go again, right? That Eeyore energy. It never works out for me. If you flip that around and realize, baby, it's always been working out for you. Because if it wasn't, we would never meet. You wouldn't be here right now. You'd be on the other side of the grass. This is a time where you sit back, relax. Take your time, easing on down the road. Right? Because you're walking right into your destiny. You're walking right into your happiness. You're walking right into your wish fulfillment. And can't nothing or no one on earth or in the astral stop you. Again, for the umpteenth time, the only person that could stop you now is you. You want to pay attention to the big bad wolf and play with their antics? Go ahead. You want to listen to the gossip and the hearsay and the he say, she say and get mixed in the drama? Go ahead. Or would you rather sit in the knowing, relax in the knowing that everything is working out for you? That it's about to be blessings upon blessings upon blessings for you, right? And we spoke about this a couple of months ago, how the whole world could be burning and you will still be living your happily ever after. Believers always rise to the top. And as we've heard time and time again over the past few days, this is a season of the last becoming first and the first becoming last. But you really got to soldier on through, right? You really got to trust and believe in the process, regardless of who's falling to the left and who's falling to the right. It's too easy to get caught up in the day-to-day and the drama and the he said, she said, and, I got to get them before they get me type of energy, right? It's way too easy to get caught up with the low vibe antics. It's not only easy, sometimes it's downright fun to get into a little mischief, but that is still a free will choice. Now, knowing you have this great thing coming towards you, right? As we said yesterday, now that you know better, you're expected to do better, but you're going to do whatever it is you want to do, and that's your prerogative. That is your basic human right. Just know the more you engage with low vibe energy, low the negative energy is the further your journey becomes, the longer your journey becomes, and the further out your season of blessings is for you. You can choose to play, again, with that big bad wolf and go tit for tat. Have fun, take notes, take pictures, because we like pictures. But just know you're further delaying that destiny, right? Arriving to that place of repose, of rest, of knowing that everything, again, regardless of what it looks like now, because a lot of you are not even seeing things clearly now, everything is working out for your highest and your greatest good, as always. As long as you have breath in your lungs, know that tomorrow, today, this moment, anytime is going to be a better moment for you. Once you sit firm, stand firm, live firmly from your belief and your intuition, the choice is yours. Have fun. Be safe. Be aware. Tap in, tune in, and know that, the world is yours. Nothing less, nothing more. That is your message. Let's see who is here in the comments. And again, if you're watching this on the YouTube replay, say hello in the comments so I can get to know you. So we, the Soul Tribe, can get to know you. Hi, Boogie Woogie Woogie. How are you? You're the first name I see when I look down. Dream Simpler. Hello, hello, hello. Beth. Hello, hello, hello. John, how are you? Hi, Nicole, how are you? I can see clearly now the rain is gone. It's going to be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's going to be a bright, bright, sunshiny day for you, right? We can't speak to everybody else and what they have going on for them because we don't know what their destiny is, what their karma package is for 2025. But you, this is your karma package, right? If you were able to catch the live or this attracted you on YouTube, you know you have this coming, right? You know you have that bright, sunshiny day coming. Even if it's raining and storming for everybody else, that's on them. Right? We don't know what their deal is or who they made their deal with. And we'll save that for another day. Boogie, you are indeed in alignment. Well, hello, Luxy Bear. How are you? How are you? How are you? Ooh, honeybee, what are we doing? John, what are we doing? Talking about sigils and candles. Oh my. I love it though. I love it. I love it. NLA3. Well, thank you for the gifts. And welcome to Divine Love Talk, Jessica. Ashe. How are you? How are you? Right? You know, I haven't found a big Michael candle for a while now. How big do you want it? And I'll keep my eye out for one. I know exactly where to get one. May have to light the firecrackers. Oh, John. Hey, Classy, how are you? I've been thinking of Psalms 23. Oh, Boogie, to the front of the line, to the front of the line, to the front of the line. Thank you for reminding me. I got a download a couple of days ago, might even be longer than that, right? Don't judge me, please. For the most of 2024, I want to say like from March, right? There was this push for people to really step into their season of entrepreneurship. Fast forward to a couple of days ago, or maybe a couple of weeks ago. I don't remember. Sometimes time just collapses for me. But Spirit said clearly, right? My head is anointed. My cup overflows. When you have an anointing, you know you have a purpose in this life. And you know your purpose is outside of that cubicle. You know your purpose is outside of that 9 to 5, right? Surely goodness and mercy will follow you all the days of your life. Surely your cup was running over because your head is anointed. That's the key. Walking in your anointment, right? Your divine appointment, if you will. That's how you get to your abundance, right? For those of you who are seeking to make that connection, Spirit said very, very clearly, you walk in your purpose, you will always have more than enough. You walk in your purpose, you will always have an abundant life. And not just a financially abundant life, but again, abundance, because Spirit says this all the time, abundance on every single level. I know what Boogie purpose is, right? Because we talk about it. But for everybody else, aside from the soul tribe, what is your purpose? What is your divine purpose? Because that's where you find your abundance. That's where you find your peace. And if you don't know what it is, that's okay. That's fine. Ask for it to be revealed in prayer. And when you're praying about your purpose, do not pray out loud, right? Or do one of the... Say that prayer within your heart. So when the answer is revealed to you, you know without a shadow of doubt that that answer came from God. Because he's the only one that can see what's in our hearts, right? Everybody else needs a translation. If we didn't say it, right, he has to instruct the angels about what's in your heart, right? That's why they say the devil answers prayers too. Especially, it's only the ones that you say out loud. He can't hear the prayers in your heart, the ones that you say in your heart space. And speaking about prayer and meditation and setting intentions, make sure you do that from your heart space, right? Don't just say, oh, I want $1 million because everybody else wants $1 million. But what does that mean for you? For someone on the live, that's exactly why you're struggling for manifesting your intentions into your realities. Boogie, woogie, woogie, kudos to you for helping me remember that I was supposed to share that abundance message with the collective. What would I do without my soul tribe? What would I do? Hi, Marcy. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? I'm out of my own way. Figure it fit. I love the sound of that. I love the sound of that. Loca. How art thou? How art thou? How art thou? Who else is here? Classy. Whimsical Pisces. Of course, Margie, right? You've kept me laughing all morning. Boogie, my middle name is stubborn, you know? Thank you guys for the new follow. Miss Nicole with both hands up. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. All right. I think I got through most of the comments. I got to scroll back down because it says 53 new messages, and that's just a lot. Angel, hello, 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 hello. Queen Vegan. Long time no see. How are you? Oh, I hate the mumbling prayers. It's just, when certain people do it, it's just like, what are you doing? We listen and we don't judge, right? But sometimes we can't help ourselves. We're human, right? Along a journey. That being said, let's get into some personal readings. Subscribers to the live always get one card pulls, and subscribers to the Patreon, OGs, always get the original mini readings. And if you have a general question about life, love, spirituality, share it. Because if you have that question, I guarantee you there's at least 5, not one, but 5 other people that are thinking the same exact thing. And all of y'all are just like, I'll save it till later. Later is now, right? Later is now. We got to talk about snakes. We do, right? especially since we are about to Margie's on the list, because you were on the list yesterday and then you disappeared. You disappeared. Like, where did you go? We have Honeybee on the list. Lux, I saw you, but I cannot read for you. So we're going to do, and that hasn't happened in a long time. But if I can't read for you, I will tell you that I can't. Like, I'm just not gonna pull a card for the sake of pulling a card. All right. So we have Margie. Actually, we have Nashaya, Margie, and then Honeybee's birthday reading. And we'll start there. All right. So we'll start with Nashaya, Margie. And if you get pulled into another meeting, we'll just do yours separately off the live. Chance, how are you? How are you? How are you? Angels, something bad happened today and yesterday. Would like to know how it turns out, if I did the right thing. As long as you trusted your intuition, Angel, you did the right thing, right? It's important to really lean in when these bad things happen, when these inconveniences happen, especially around a full moon, which is a time of not only illumination and revelations, but it's a time of endings, necessary endings. And with Cancer, the things that we were scared of endings. Because when you think of the crab and when it gets scared, how it retreats into its shell, like it could either come at you with the claws or retreat into its shell. But this is definitely, especially in your case, giving the energy of retreating and being forced with something that you had to deal with head on. What you are labeling as bad is necessary. It was part of your journey. And as long as you trusted your intuition at the time of it's happening and continue to trust your intuition without a shadow of a doubt, you can't do you wrong at the end of the day, Angel. You can't. Regardless of who has what to say about it, you are giving the energy of somebody who is starting to become ready to really trust themselves for the first time in their lives. Keep going. No more crutches, no more training wheels. Keep going. You're not going to fail. Nashaya to the front of the line. Please, please, and thank you. Smiles through pain. Are you crazy from holding on to them from afar? Are you holding on and sending, or are you holding on with both arms and legs and feet, with everything you got? Or are you holding with love, letting the things unfold the way they're supposed to in divine timing? Are you sending this person light and love, or heaven to Betsy, are you in the energy of desperation? Because it makes a difference. If you're sending light and love, the world can get enough light and love, right? But if you're holding on to them with the air of desperation, let go. Stop that. You both deserve better. Love and hands and feet. Take off the hands and the feet and just know that love, your love, is more than enough. And if it's meant for you guys to be together in this lifetime, your love will guide them home. Love always guides them home. Just like the lighthouse always guides the ship, right? The lighthouse doesn't go out into the middle of the ocean and brings the ship in, brings the tugboat in. No, it just stands there being the lighthouse. Those who see it, see it. Those who get it, get it. Those who miss it, wasn't meant to go in that direction. Be the lighthouse, my dears. Be the lighthouse. My eyebrows are itching me so bad right now. Nishaya. Love doesn't include desperation, and oftentimes when it's desperation, it's not love. Did you have a specific question, or would you like a general message? You're welcome, Angel. And smiles. When we think of that John 3:16 love, right? Or that God so loved the world love, it was all about surrender, right? Letting go and letting things be the way it's supposed to be, right? You think Mary knew that her son would be strung up on a cross to suffer out his last days like that? She didn't co-sign to that. Or did she? Did she, out of desperation, climb up the cross and try to bring him down? Try to end his suffering? Because we know how hard we go for our children. No, she surrendered to the will, to divine timing, to how things are supposed to go. Love and desperation can't exist in the same space. Because in the energy of desperation, you're already counting yourself out. You're already putting out the energy that you are not worthy of being loved. Yeah, let's leave desperation for anything, but most especially love in 2024. We're not taking that John with us. Nishaya, general message. I'm turning away from the comments now, but the moderators are on deck to answer any general questions. If you would like a personal reading, everything is on sale at my website, so definitely book a personal reading. As I glance down and see Margie. There's good reason why he's here today. There's a lot of angels around. Because of you, right? Because of the soul tribe and concerns that you have been having. So the principal is in the building, so to speak, right? Nishaya, you have the cowrie shell, the citrine, or the tourmalated quartz. Which pile is your pile? Smiles through pain. I love you right back. And I can't wait to see you again. Ricky Sticky, this reading is a personal reading for one of the Soul Tribe members. If you would like your own reading, that information's in the you know where. And if you missed any part of the live, it will be posted on my YouTube channel later on this evening. God's gift. Ew. Notice the names of the people that are coming through today, right? Another telltale sign that the angels are here. Right? Loca? Like, we don't use that word around here. Chants coming through with the gifts. I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for all the likes, right? Because that keeps us, not only does it keep us relevant in the algorithm, but it lets TikTok know that this is the real Etta and not one of the imposters. And I still didn't see your response, boo. So you have the cowrie shell, the citrine, or the tourmalated, because it has tourmaline in it, quartz. The cowrie shell. What other message does our lovely Messiah, aka, need to hear at this moment? Woo-wee! Woo-wee! We're gonna need you to, all of that energy, you're going off like a sparkler, like a 4th of July sparkler, and you're shooting off all this energy in different directions. You're trying so many different things at once to achieve a means. Well, that is understood. They want you to take it day by day and step by step, right? You can't cook everything at the same time because one, right, you don't have enough burners. Two, you're going to burn yourself out, right? Take it a request at a time, right? That balance with the lovers that's coming in for you requires you to slow down and pull your energy in, because right now it's just like a big old wrecking ball swinging in every single direction. You're gonna hit something, but it may not be the something that you want. Pull your energy in and focus on achieving one goal, working on one thing at a time, then putting it behind you before you start working on another thing. Do not forget, you are on the crossroads. You are finally doing something that you were asked to do over 18 months ago. You are finally ending a chapter, and that in itself requires all of your spiritual and emotional energy, right? To finally close that chapter once and for all. If you try to take on, if you continue, right, to do too much rather than do less, you're not going to hit anything, or what does take place is not going to be what you want, right? The season that they have you in, and of coming into balance, right? Of coming over that threshold, of finally crossing that bridge, of leaving that old way behind you completely and truly, that requires all of your energy, right? Yeah, you want to do this and you want to do that, and you need this and you need that. Like, all of that is noted, duly noted. But this transformation that you're going through, really connecting with yourself and this version of yourself that you're becoming now that you don't have that attachment, the freedom, especially the spiritual freedom you are experiencing on the other side of this bridge, requires you to take your time, work on one thing at a time, acclimate, get used to this new version of yourself. You're liable to drive yourself mad trying to bite off so much so soon. Take your time. Trust the process. Yeah, you have a laundry list of things that you need to get done. Nobody's downplaying that. But they just want you to take things one day at a time, one thing at a time, and stop trying to work so hard in the spiritual and in the physical. Whatever you need, you call in, right? It's just that simple. You've known this, you've seen this, you've experienced this. Continue living from that space and slow down, my love. Slow down. That is your message, dearest Messiah. as we get ready for Margie. And I take a look at these comments. Hi, Vanessa Lynn. How are you? You are welcome. You are welcome. One second, Margie. There's somebody here that's doing something they're not supposed to be doing. I'm going to need everyone on the live right now to check in with themselves. Okay? The aim is to keep this place a safe and sacred space. And it doesn't feel so safe and sacred right now. I don't know if anybody else could pick up on it. Because we have a lot, and when I say a lot, more than your average bear, a lot of high-ranking spiritual people, right? We create a certain energy signature that attracts people who need our help, our guidance, and it also attracts people who would like to eat the apple and not take from the tree. So you have, shit, y'all gonna make me do that? Y'all gonna make me do that? You have exactly 1 minute to get it together or else you will be blocked. Point blank, period. No hard feelings. Love is love. But if it's between one person and the soul tribe, I'm always going to go for the soul tribe. So your minute starts now. As we get the energy. Look, I was like, bump your minute. Right? You have 1 minute to get yourself all the way together, because see, the thing of it is, right? The internet is a wonderful place, a very wonderful place filled with learning and friendship, camaraderie, community, right? That's what we created with the Soul Tribe. And what we learned from the movie Deliverance, that's what it was called, right? Help me out in the comments if I got it wrong. But that scary movie about the exorcism that was based on true facts, and the original documentary had a warning that came at the beginning of how energies could get transferred through electronic devices, not just your TVs, right, or your computers, but the phones as well, right? And it's my purpose, my mission in life to make sure that it's only positive energy and that we attract only individuals who are interested in the light side of things, right? And some people, speaking about the goddamn wolf in sheep's clothing, fine. Okay, that's that. R.I.P. I thank you guys. Because if you were paying attention to the number, I already did it. I just did it. I just did it. I just did it. I just did it. So, Margie, to the front of the line. Did you have a specific question? Or general guidance? The one with Emily Rose is another one. You notice, if you take a step back, anytime you watch a scary before your journey started, right? If you could think back before you started really pursuing your spirituality and learned about cleansing and keeping your space clean and safe and peaceful, you notice before that version of you existed, if you could think back that far, right? When you would watch a scary movie, random weird things would happen around your home. No? Yes? Maybe so? Yeah. That's energy transfer. Energy is always transferring, right? And some of us, because we are beacons, we attract certain types of energies, right? We give off certain types of energy. But now you know better, so you do better. Holy Spirit, what message do you have for Margie, aka? That was quick. Hi, Vanessa. What other message you have for Margie? And before we get into Honeybee's message after Margie, Spirit wants to give everybody a reminder. Anything else? Thank you. You have, she got to cover up those. So, to piggyback off the conversation we had earlier, right? Or to answer really answer your question, which wasn't answered, right? That question. You've already made it clear what you want, going back to the general reading, right? You already put your order in, and now you just wait. You prepare in your season of waiting, because this is what this is, right? You prepare, but just know that when you ask for something, right? Anything that you're trying to manifest, right? We talked about testing, because in your testing, it's going to create your testament. And through your testament, you're going to be able to help other people who are experiencing something similar, right? Spoke about that all the way at the beginning. Whenever you ask for something, say you want a steak, right? And you have this vision of how you want your steak presented. You may even know exactly that you want your steak from the fanciest steakhouse in town, right? Not just Ruth Chris, right? Or Capitol Grill. I love their ribeye. But the fanciest one that you can possibly think of, right? A Michelin star restaurant you want this steak from, right? And Spirit's going to say, got it, right? And when you start to get hungry, like, where is my steak? They're going to first send you a Salisbury steak. Y'all know what a Salisbury steak is? Nothing but hamburger meat made into a little patty, some cream of mushroom, some other stuff to make that brown sauce, right? And there's your Salisbury steak. And while it's, I guess, yummy, with some green beans or maybe some white rice that might fill the hole in your stomach, but you ordered this Michelin star steak. Why are you even thinking about that? Why are you even entertaining the Salisbury steak? So you say, yeah, no, I'm good. I ordered the Michelin steak. So they're going to be like, oh, she's really okay. So now they're going to give you the steak from Applebee's. Is that even real steak? Then you're going to get the steak from, I don't know, someplace similar to Applebee's. But then they're going to send you the steak from Grand Lux. Ooh. Right? For those of you who have experienced Grand Lux Cafe, now that's a pretty good steak. Right? You're going to be like, oh, wait, I can deal with this. They're going to say, well, can you? Because we'll give you this instead of the Michelin star steak. It's up to you. Now, here's where you have to really think. because sometimes that Michelin star steak, right, is nothing compared to the steak from Grand Lux. Just know that. Be clear about what you want, what you're willing to accept, what you're not willing to accept, and allow it to come to you with this world card, right? Things are changing, right? You're going into your season that you want to get into, right? But it requires a season of preparation and waiting to build your testament. Because whomever that this person is coming in with, it's not, you fall into the category that Spirit mentioned a couple of weeks ago, right? You're not here to just be lovers, a boyfriend and girlfriend, and husband and wife. No, that's the byproduct of the relationship you're supposed to have. You have a word with your own testimony. They have a word with their own testimony of what life has, what they've experienced in life to share in the world. You guys are supposed to go 2 by 2 into the world to share your testimonies and uplift other people, other couples into and inspire them into their purpose. So you can play around with those Salisbury steaks if you want to, because again, at the end of the day, we all have free will, right? Come to think about it, you chop up some onions, some green peppers, right? Some red peppers, put a little spice on it. It's not too bad, right? Not too shabby. Garlic mashed potatoes on the side with the chives on top. But you know what you want. Don't entertain what you don't want, because we all know by now when it comes to this manifesting game, the things we entertain is what the energy we stay in, right? It's the experiences that we call into our lives. Remember that. And enjoy what you've got coming. In the meantime, while you're waiting for your steak, go drink some water. That is your message. As you said, steak, I put one in the fridge. Ow. Baked potatoes or loaded mashed potatoes. Oh, see, now I'm hungry. Haven't been to Applebee's in years. Their riblets. Do they even serve the riblets anymore? No steak or beef for over 30 years. And I live near Salisbury, UK. Now, what are the odds of that? What are the odds of that? Yes, classy people still eat at Applebee's, right? I've seen it with my own eyes. The drinks are, amazing. And I think most people are there for that, but a McDonald's steak looks get out. The day. Oh my God, the day. I can always feel things from TV. Spit, water, dragon breath. Dinosaurs. I couldn't help myself. Look, I'm sorry. I want a ribeye. Now I want a ribeye too, right? I wonder what sign your Venus Mercury is in. Your voice is so hypnotic and lovely. I'll give you one good guess, Vanessa. It's kind of like the way you wrote it out, you kind of said it, right? There's only one sign that can flow like that. Boogie, ask your question before we prepare for Honeybee's reading. Oh my God, Fogo de Chao. Oh my God. Get out, Lux. The way I used to live at Fogo. Oh my goodness. Damn it. Classy, you too funny. Doodle, you just left work. Good. Good. I look forward to listening to your messages. How are you, my dear? that boogie goes back to the whole Salisbury steak versus Michelin star restaurant steak. Right? Definitely testing your resolve, especially in the midst of conflict. Guarantee you, right? Eve would have never gotten tricked into eating the apple if her and Adam was on good terms. That's a whole nother story for another day. Same Genesis, same. But that's your answer, Boogie Woogie, in a nutshell. Can we talk about, and we started talking about the snake and got totally sidetracked. What's your specific question, though? We're entering the year of the snake. Snake, speaking about Eve, right? It has its good connotations and it has some not so good connotations. Did you get bit on your left side? Did you get bit on your right side? Because there's an initiation of sorts going on, right? We spoke about the collective going through graduations, right? Graduating to ascending to another level of consciousness, of spiritual consciousness. The dream is always for the dreamer, but there are some telltale signs that can be interpreted from the outside looking in. Definitely in a space where you are growing and changing in your spirituality. And you've got some decisions, like some real life decisions to make as to where you want to go. Like life, right? Which side you want to stand on when we go to war? Basically, do you want to work more from your light side or you want to work more from your dark side? The choice is always yours. We listen, we support, and we don't judge, right? But you're definitely coming to a space where you can't stand in the middle anymore. Hey, Juicy. How are you? Now, in Taurus or Libra, it's in Gemini, the communicator, right? The communicator. I don't even like Salisbury steak. Honeybee to the front of the line. Honeybee to the front of the line. And this is a good time. Spirit wanted me to let folks know, remind folks that I am a healer. I am not a tarot reader. These are just for illustrative purposes only, right? I serve the collective, first and foremost the soul tribe. And yes, you heard me right, I serve. Like John Wick. I love to serve and be of service. However, if you dibble and dabble in dark energy too deeply, if you've done workings where your hands are too deep in the red stuff, especially if you've mingled with human red stuff, if you have too much darkness in your heart, I just can't work with you. They won't allow it. They'll say no. I've had to refund people their money. I have no problem doing that. I've had to stop mid-session during a healing session because it's just a line that I am not allowed to cross. Yeah. Mystics have ethics. We're supposed to. Not everybody does, but I do. So if you're wondering about the work and why I can work with somebody and can't work with somebody else, doesn't happen very often. But when it does happen, it's just like, oh man, goodbye. All right, honeybee. Now, did you have a specific question? Or, and yeah, if somebody goes from the light into the dark and they go too dark, you leave us behind. Yeah. Honeybee, did you have a specific question, or you just want to know whatever is coming out for this solar return? Give me the magic and sauce, baby. You are the magic and sauce, right? Got people trying to relocate to be with the magic and the sauce. All right, I'm turning away from the comments. Honeybee, your current energy, what this cycle is bringing you, and something for you to be aware of. Your overall energy. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? The sun. Right, and we'll put this with the citrine and cover them up, right? You were advised to do right? To figure it out, right? And you took your time figuring it out. You've been receiving the downloads, moving accordingly. Receiving the downloads, moving accordingly, right? You've done very, very well to keep up with everything that has been asked of you, everything that has been expected of you. You've been doing very well with keeping yourself in check, checking in with self and showing up in this world, in this life, the way that you are supposed to show up in this world and in this life, right? There's no beef, there's no qualms, there's just blessing after blessing after blessing. You've completed the hardest thing, right? We're not going to put all your business out on the streets. For those who know Honeybee's story, you know, right? If not, it's not for you to know, right? This is your season of rapid change, right? As long as you continue to receive those downloads and move accordingly, things will move within divine timing. Now, we say Knight of Swords is typically the fastest moving knight in the deck. As you get settled in this new chapter, things are going to start happening very quickly. There's going to be no time to receive the downloads, interpret the downloads, and then move accordingly. You're going to have to receive and move at the same time, because you're not only watching over yourself, you're watching over her, your daughter, right? And protecting both of you guys as well. There's a great fortune coming down the pike for you, right? With this Seven of Pentacles and the Hangman, Earth energy, Pisces energy, right? All the hard work you've been putting in, and not just the hard work over the past 18 months, the hard work over the past 2 decades that you've been putting in to manifest the dreams of your dreams into your reality are going to come in. Whatever heartbreaks needs to happen, whatever chapters that are going to be painful to end, you are asked, you are required to end them expeditiously. Because the longer you hold on to them and the longer you hold on to certain connections, you run the risk of holding yourself back. This is the year that you continue to walk away from people, places, things that do not serve your highest good, right? Without doing the numbers, energetically, you align completely with a 9-year, meaning wrapping things up, ending cycles, so that when 2026 happens, as you go into 2026, you go in as a person who is free and ready to receive every good thing they have coming, which doesn't mean that every good thing that you have coming is going to happen in 2026. No, they're going to happen along the journey. What else does honeybee make sure all of these are upright? What else does honeybee need to know about this? About this year? Anything else that honeybee needs to know? We spoke about, let me just slide this into frame. We spoke about in the general reading about the wolf in sheep's clothing, right? That's been a recurring theme throughout the reading, right? The wolf in sheep's clothing, right? Those who come to eat the apple and not take care of the tree, right? To eat the fruit and not take care of the tree, right? To eat of the garden and to eat of the garden and not take care of the garden, right? You have at least 2 individuals, right, coming to take. But if you're in your hangman energy and looking at things from a different perspective, right, leaning into your Pisces energy, because you may be a Capricorn, right, but you have a piece of every single element in your chart, right? We all do. Even if it's the tiniest piece, we have the asteroid Juno, right, in a water sign, and that's the only water placement you have. Then that's a water placement. You can lean and pull from that energy, pull from your Piscean energy, because we love Pisces, the only sign with one foot here on Earth and the other in the astral, to make sure you're seeing things clearly. You're seeing things for what they are. You're seeing people for who they are. So when the thief comes a knocking, you have no problem, regardless of how hurtful it may be, of letting them go, right? Because, when these blessings start coming in and things start working out for you better than expected, and you're standing firm in this energy, keep it to yourself, especially they're saying those serpent-like family members. They said, forget the wolf. These are going back to snakes. These are straight snakes, and not even snakes in the grass. They let you know that they're a snake and they do snake stuff. Keep your good news as best as you can from them. And when they do find out, play it off, right? Spirit is always talking about, oh, yeah, I got married. No, I didn't tell you. Oh, I'm sorry. It must have slipped my mind, right? Make these big things that is going to happen for you, right? That hasn't happened for them. Because doesn't she just look like a Southern belle, right? Just as lovely as a magnolia on a summer's day, right? Keep it to yourself. Keep very, very, what's the word? Not calm. Like it's not a big of a deal to you as it is to them. Like it's yeah, I bought a new car. But saying with the same air, like, doesn't everybody get a new car? Because doesn't everybody who put in the work get whatever they want? Right? Make it like it's nothing. And they're going to have some feelings, and you stand in your Capri Sun energy unmoved, right? Goats are determined, and if they're determined not to move, they're not moving. Regardless of what they do, and if you push them too hard, what do you get the horns, right? You get that headbutt. You don't have to headbutt anybody. Your guides will take care of it. Lovely as a magnolia on a summer's day, right? Whatever is left to walk away from. And with this 33, you've completed your spiritual ascension, right? That first level, the hardest level of your spiritual ascension, right? So continue doing what you've been doing, trusting your intuition, trusting your guidance, because it's leading you here. Everything is leading you here, right? These are going to be the best chapters of your life. But it's going to require you to keep your good news to yourself and not to let the thief in or the thieves. Don't let the bandits in. That is your message. Play it coy. It switched to another profile. You know, that hasn't happened in a while. Thankfully, this will be posted on the YouTube later on this evening or first thing in the morning, but more than likely later on this evening, right? And when you're subscribed and you hit the notification bell, you'll know exactly as it's posted. Composed, that's another good word for it. Snakes. You've been seeing a lot of snakes lately. We're about to enter the year of the snake, right? The year of transformation. And going back to illusions, some say Eve wasn't even the one that ate the apple. Another story for another day, right? We weren't there, so we really don't know. And we all know that Bible has been rewritten more times than we all collectively have fingers and toes to count. What does the snake mean to you? Really think about it. As much as we fear the snake, as some others love the snake, what does it mean to you? No, like seriously, take some time to journal about it, write about it on the next couple of days, right? We see snakes often representing the primordial spirits, right? The most critical belt in any, at least petrol powered vehicle. I don't know about these electric vehicles. The most important belt is the serpentine belt, right? That belt goes, your car is going nowhere. The design of the serpent. Where does that repeat itself in nature? Where does that repeat itself in the hieroglyphics? What are snakes associated with in ancient Egypt, in ancient Greece, and in ancient Rome? Edited more times than Edison attempted to invent his light bulb. Say that 3 times fast. But yes, rewritten, reworded, rescripted, you name it, right? Yes, people talking about they were just checking on me. Right. Checking on you or checking to see how far their bippity boo got, if it got anywhere at all. Before we wrap up the live, and I love that it is 4:17 and it's still light out, right? But before we wrap up the live, any general questions? Hi, full moon foo or foe. I can never get that right. I say it both ways, right? Any general questions before we wrap up the live? it's very cold outside, right? As we would say, mad brick outside, right? Have you guys read the Celestine prophecies? Look into it. Right. That and behold a pale white horse, if you could get your hands on it. It was 5 degrees this morning. The disrespect. Oh my goodness. What? I see tropical living in my future, because what? 5 degrees? What? It couldn't even be double digits? No. No. I could take the heat. I can't really take the cold. Like, my body just wants to hibernate. Where is your copy now, John? You have to text me, but you keep forgetting. There's a reason. Anytime, honeybee. This journey has been amazing. Paige, it's okay. It's okay. You could catch the replay later on my YouTube. Genesis 222, we would love to have you back. Soul Tribe, you know where to find me as I scroll through the rest of the comments to see if I missed anybody. Okay, cool. Aw, Boogie. So sweet. If you think of anything throughout your day, right, or something else strikes your mind and you're like, I wonder what Etta thinks about this, reach out to Etta, right? Etta doesn't bite unless you want me to. Jokes. I kid, I joke, right? But really don't hesitate to reach out, right? Email, DM, and I'm really getting the itch that TikTok isn't going anywhere anytime soon, but we will see. Time will tell. If people are going out of their way to basically, it doesn't exist. And if they're going too hard and too out of their way, transmute that energy to something that serves your highest good. You could say something like, every time somebody goes out of their way to have me to have a bad day, I'll have an excellent day. And I know that it'll be somebody going out of their way because on that day, somebody will buy me coffee. On that day, I'll find money. On that day, like, that's the beauty about people who like to do bippity boppity boo and be in your energy. Oh, you want to play over here? Let's play. Marcy, I'm going to text you later because I realized the text I thought I sent you on Monday I never sent, right? We still gotta do us, right? But yes, Boogie, this goes for anybody, right? They want to send you energy, negative energy, transmute it, right? They're sending you juicy energy, augment it, right? If you want to play in that, right? Because that is something safe for you to do because one, you didn't go looking for it. It fell in your lap, which makes it okay for you to access it. This is not you going and playing in other people's energy. No, that's not safe to do. But if people are going out of their way to send you negative energy, you transmute it expeditiously, right? Because energy is neither created nor destroyed, right? It's just transmuted from one thing into another. Basic physics, right? From our good guy Newton. Right? He gave us the T in high school with physics, right? At least here in the States, right? Use it to your advantage. When Spirit says everything is meant for your highest good, everything is meant for your highest good. Even the things that look not so good, all you got to do is flip it, right? Transmute it. Use your gift. Basic law of the U, the Y-O-U universe. Oh, I love that you're heading to the library. Ew. Look out, we don't even play like that. Take it back. Take it back. Take that back right now. Take it back right now. Please and thank you. Crazy world, so be blessed and safe always, Angel. Always. And we always have angels walking among us that we could call into and lean on in times of despair and confusion and being tired, right? You can even help them. You could call them in to help you transmute energy, right? They have energy for days. Let them. Another phrase we're continuing in 2025. Whew, Loka, thank goodness. Enjoy the rest of your day. I look forward to seeing you guys the next go around, which should be tomorrow, or we might save tomorrow for soul sessions after dark because we haven't done one of those in a while. So, Soul Tribe, text me, DM me, email, and let me know if you guys are ready for another soul session after dark. We'll either do that tonight or tomorrow night. You let me know which one is good for you. In the meantime, I love you all. Stay blessed.